Well, hi everybody. Susan Fleischman of ZTV Live here with our continuing series highlighting some of the amazing nonprofits here in Alexandria and that are looking forward to Spring to Action 2021 on April 28th this year. Right now, I'm so pleased to be joined by Seal Garrett, the Executive Director of At Home in Alexandria. Seal, welcome.
Hi, Susan, thanks so much. Great to be here.
Sure, I'm so glad that you are here. Why don't we start by telling us a little bit about At Home in Alexandria?
Thanks. So, we have been in operation for 10 years. We celebrate our 10-year anniversary in just a few days.
Excellent.
Basically,
Congratulations.
thank you. My goodness, we've learned a lot. We've grown a lot. And now I feel like we're preteen or something. But we have we are known as a village. That's the term for an organization like ours. We provide, the idea that it takes a village. So we provide practical, social, uh, emotional, and educational support for older members, older folks here in Alexandria. So that comes by way of transportation, which is a big it's something that a lot of older folks, when they lose the ability to drive, that's the real difference between being independent and not. So I would say that's
Absolutely.
the biggest thing that we are asked for in
Hmm.
our direct services. But it's also errand running and it's technical support in your home when your computer's not speaking to your printer and your iPad's not working, that sort of thing. We get a lot of requests like that. We get a lot of requests from our members for decluttering,
Yeah.
organizing, hauling away things. Basically, what we say is we'll do, there's no list of do's and don'ts that our volunteers provide. It's basically the level of service that a good neighbor would provide.
Right.
It's non medical in nature. You
Hmm.
probably wouldn't ask a neighbor to do something medical for you. But
Right.
we all know what those things are when we just need some help and we just
Yeah.
need a helping hand from from a trusted friend. So
Yeah.
that's the level of non-medical support that we provide.
What a great idea, and what a needed resource around here, and especially for elderly people. Really, I can imagine that you're being kept pretty busy.
We're all
What
getting older.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. The need will always be there. What can you speak a little bit to? Obviously, everybody faced challenges in 2020, but can you kind of specify some of the challenges that you guys faced in particular in 2020?
Boy, what a year everyone's had, right? So so much of our work is in person, going into people's homes, helping them, change a light bulb on a ladder that's, their 14-foot ceiling, things like that. We had to put that sort of help on pause because we didn't think it was a good idea to be going into our members' homes for the first part of the pandemic. As we learned more about the virus and what was safe and what wasn't, we began to do a little bit more of in home services. We got in, got out very quickly, but we just really had to put some of those longer errands, in home errands, on pause for some months.
Right.
We never stopped driving. We did
Hmm.
take a break on driving people to their salon appointments and things like that and really focused on medical appointments, but it doesn't matter. People weren't going to salons in the early days
Right. Yeah.
anyway.
Uh
But
huh.
we never stopped giving rides to important and vital medical appointments. We just couldn't. It was just too important. We
Yeah.
had to adopt a whole set of protocols to do it
Hmm.
safely. But we kept on throughout
Excellent.
that period.
Excellent.
A lot of what we do is driving members to the grocery store. We changed that up a bit too. We said we prefer you stay home and stay safe. Let our volunteers go and do the shopping and the delivery for you. And
Hmm.
at first they were like, well, I can do my own shopping. I can do it
I
quickly. I can
know,
get in, get
and they want to.
out.
They want to. Yeah.
I know, of course they do. But then they realize, hey, this isn't so bad. Really,
Oh, good.
I can do this. So that worked out. That worked out well. I would say we took our biggest hit with our social programs. We're a real sociable group, and our members enjoy one another, and they come together for a million different reasons. Small group gatherings and larger gatherings. We had to immediately move everything to a virtual format. and our members were real troopers. They figured out the technology. We walked them through it. It's always a little awkward at first, but they caught up to it in no time,
Excellent.
and we everything went virtual.
Yeah,
And we
I
do
know.
about 15 events a month, so
Oh
it was
wow,
a lot
that's
of moving, shaking. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's
that's
worked out better
fantastic.
than I could have imagined, though.
That's really great.
Um,
How did Spring to Action? What is the participating in them? How did that help you address some of the challenges that you faced, and what impact did the donations make that you received through Spring to Action in years past, especially last year?
you're right. So through the years, Spring to Action has become more and more important to us. In the earlier years of our organization's operations, we used to do a big fundraiser, a gala, in the fall where we had live music and then silent auction, dinner, the whole thing. Everybody's all dressed up, and we just ended up scaling that back because it is a labor intensive type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a tiny little staff, and we have a lot of great volunteers, but we've got a lot of work for our volunteers to do in serving our members, and that's
Yeah.
really more mission critical than planning a fundraiser. But yet the funds are an important part of it. So as we moved away from the in-person fundraiser a little more and more through the years, Spring to Action became more critical. Last year, we couldn't do any in-person fundraising. We couldn't do
Mm-hmm.
an event. This
Right.
year, we don't plan to do an event. So I can tell you, Spring to Action saved. It was a lifesaver. That's just
Wow.
really not too dramatic to say.
Uh
It's the
huh.
most important fundraiser we do throughout the
Oh,
entire year. It's very, very
well,
important.
that's great. What looking forward in 2021? Do you guys have like organizationally specific goals for 2021 that you'd like to now that you'd like to reach now that there's the vaccinations are happening, and I'm sure that a lot of your members and the people that you're serving have gotten vaccinated, so that has opened up a little bit. But can you speak to some of the goals you might have set for this year?
I'm happy to be on the other end of the vaccination now. We spent the last couple of months getting our members, many of them registered, driving them to their vaccine appointments. I'm so happy that we are where we are now. Um, as we celebrate our 10th year, we're always looking to enhance the services. Oh, this is a picture of one of our volunteers doing some yard work at a member's house. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So this is a volunteer delivering groceries to a member. Um,
Yeah.
oh yeah, plant shopping at the nursery.
Uh huh.
Still got to
Yeah.
get your gardens looking good, even if you can't
That's
have
right. That's
anybody
right.
over
These
to
pictures,
homes.
these pictures are great. And then here
Oh,
is
thank
some,
you.
and everybody likes to do gardening. That's great.
Right, that was a program we did a couple of weeks ago.
And
So,
then this is
oh my
obviously when you
goodness,
can
I just
still
have
meet
to
in
talk about
person.
this for a minute. This
Uh
lovely
huh.
member of ours was celebrating her 96th birthday last year, and some of the volunteers who help her the most gave a little socially distanced outdoor birthday celebration for her.
Aw,
So that's a
that's
that's
so
a photo of
sweet.
that. No, yeah, that
And
was
here's
fun.
here's some scenes from the Zooms that you were talking
Oh
about
yeah,
before.
well,
Uh
we
huh.
were like everybody else doing a lot. A lot of
Yeah.
our that's our February birthday group
I love
wearing
how
goofy hats and
dressed up they all
celebrating.
get. That's fantastic. That's a really
So,
great
oh my
vibe. So
gosh, yeah, what a
yeah,
year it's been. But
yeah. No, no kidding.
no, we're eager to shore up our scholarship program, which we've had on a smaller scale for the past several years, and we want to strengthen that program so that more
Hmm.
people can be part of a village, even those who might not be able to afford to do so otherwise. And we really want to enhance our technology support to our members this year.
Terrific.
Let them take advantage of all the technology that's now available to seniors to make their
Yeah.
lives easier and more enjoyable. So we are really diving
Excellent.
headfirst into that to a higher
Excellent.
level.
Great,
Yeah.
great, great goals to have. Is there, what would you like the community and your donors in particular, but anybody who wants to support you, what's one way that they can do that to help you reach some of those goals?
If I would like to say that if anyone here in Alexandria has a neighbor or a friend who you're worried about, who you feel that could use some more social interaction, could use more help around the home to make their lives a little bit easier and to make them feel more confident and a little bit more safe, to just recommend at home in Alexandria, because people don't at first want to ask for help. It's a hard thing to do, but it gets easier after the first time you ask. It gets a little bit easier, and we're all in community together. We don't have to go it alone, and that we have volunteers who want to help them, and so let's just all give to one another. And I would just encourage folks to recommend us to a neighbor or a friend who might need us.
That's
I can
great.
say we can always use a few more volunteers, especially those who are volunteer drivers. That's a huge help. There's always a big need for that, and I can't be shy. The financial support is a big part of it.
Sure, of
I'm
course.
proud that our staff we're lean and mean, as I'm always fond of saying. We have a very small staff, but and incredible volunteers. But then the financial piece is an important part of it too. So
Yes, of
that's what
course.
Spring to Action is all about.
Yep.
And we can't be shy, right?
No, no, you can't be
offer
shy.
what we
And
need.
that's a great segue into our final question that we'll wrap up with. And I want you to repeat after me and fill in the blank. I
Okay.
spring to action because.
I spring to action because I love the collaborative nature of it. I think that's how I would
uh,
sum it up. We have so many different people who come from near and far who will go online and contribute that day. And I mean, it just kind of really buoys your spirits when I'll get a note that says, "Thanks for all you do. Thanks for helping mom when I can't be there." Like
Yeah.
those things, it's
Yep.
they recognize, it takes a community to help one another. So I love that. And then that collaboration isn't just about our own little group, but all the nonprofits that
Yep.
all work together. And, we all have friends who work with different nonprofit groups. And, in the days leading up to Spring to Action, we're always saying, good luck with Spring to Action. Or, on the big day, you're looking at the leaderboard, you see your friend's organization doing really well. And you reach out and,
Yeah.
great job. I see you on the leaderboard. Congratulations. And it's a really nice, I mean, that energy, that
Yes.
collaborative spirit, I think is really a special thing about this campaign.
I agree. I agree. It's so unique, and it's Alexandria and Act for Alexandria. It's an amazing program. Thank you so
Totally
much for
agree.
joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love to hear about your organization, and I think it's a great idea to if anybody knows anybody who's elderly, there's lots of neighbors out there, and you're right, they don't want to ask for help. So sometimes a little nudge in that direction,
That's exactly
and
right.
it's and yeah, and I think it's a wonderful needed service out there. Seal, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Susan.
sure. Good luck on Spring to Action on April 28th. We'll be
Thank you
thinking
so
about you.
much.
Okay, sure thing. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.